Good morning, community. I hope everybody is having a fabulous Monday. Good times, good times. It is the Monday after Mother's Day, and I have a fun story for you guys. So, Mother's Day, I think, is just notorious that we as mothers who are sort of like in the trenches might not necessarily get what we would like on Mother's Day. I know it's terrible, but I would just like to stay in my jams, in bed. You don't have to bring me breakfast in bed because that's messy. Just leave me alone, leave me alone. Yeah, that is not what happened, however, for me. And I thought today's kind of Motivational Monday is a little bit about what did happen. So my husband, who is a gem, he tries his best, we've been married almost 14 years, love the guy, and he's kind enough to get me a gift. He's not one of those people who's like, sorry, just forgot, or whatever, something terrible. But this year, I will say that his gift did not come with a lot of listening. And what I mean by that is, I feel we have two young kids. They're very active. They're constantly doing things. I try to be very active in their lives. So I have just a lot going on, as a mom. And we have two dogs. I don't know if you guys remember the fiasco where, I had a dog that almost lost its leg. The leg survived, but it was a whole thing. I also have a very close family, so I have just I have a lot of responsibility, right? Just in life. I also run my own brokerage and I have 15 agents, and honestly, most of them don't need me all that often, but not never. So I just have a lot going on. And the last thing that I want in life is more things to take care of, right? So, I grew up part-time on a cattle ranch and helping my Mima with a 2-acre garden. So I know a lot about gardening, and Alan had the idea that I needed my own vegetable garden. And I did not hide my, dissatisfaction with the gift well. I came around the corner, this is Saturday, he's installing plants and pavers, and there's gardening wands, all the things that you would need to have your own vegetable garden. And I know what some of you are thinking, that is such a thoughtful gift. I wish my husband, okay. He might be available, so be careful what you ask for. Anyway, so he's installing this entire vegetable garden, and I lose my mind. I started crying, and I was like, are you getting me more chores? That's what you think that I want on this day is a commitment to an entire summer's worth of chores. I did not want that. And it just led me to sort of my thought for today, because I think even when we are well-intentioned, sometimes we as humans are not always tuned in to the needs, and real estate specifically, of our clients. It is so easy to sort of, you listen to what they say. And I think that if you've been in real estate any amount of time, you have heard the adage that buyers are liars, right? Buyers like to tell you things that they need, or that they think they need. And it's always stuff that you're like, what is that? But our job is to listen. Our job is to also hear between the lines. So even though they may say, well, this isn't that important to me, you can tell the things that really matter through their actions when you're out showing them homes. I will tell you that I am guilty, certainly, of having so much going on in my mind that I'm not always listening to my client, or that I'm letting my personal stuff sort of color what I think they're telling me. And it is so necessary that we are truly tuned in and listening to what the people around us are saying. I mean, I will say that, you know, if Alan had been tuned into me, he would have known that, like, no vegetable garden. None. That is a terrible idea. But what he was doing was like trying to think about what maybe I would want, instead of actually actively listening. So what I encourage you to do today is like actively listen. Don't dial it in, like don't phone it in. Don't pretend like you're listening. Actively listen and see what it is that you can learn. I mean, I, by the way, need to take my own advice on this because I need to actively listen to my clients and my agents. I think that when we're in this season, when we're in Maycember, and if you are a mom of like kids that are currently living at home, you know what Maycember is. It is the most expensive, difficult month. And there's no Christmas sweaters or tree, but it is expensive and we owe everybody everything and the kids have to be 47,000 places. So with that said, I know that during this season we get super overwhelmed. So make sure that you slow down and you try to actively listen. All right, guys, I wish you the very best. If you want vegetables, get them from the grocery store, not from this girl. All right, have a fabulous week, and may you survive Maycember. Bye-bye.